ladies and gents? Ronnie here from Speed Lab, and this is the new to me MK4 Supra. I already made a video on the channel, but it wasn't professionally done, and of course, you know, now with the new followers and, you know, all of you guys just chiming in and, you know, watching all these videos every week, just gonna give you guys a full rundown of what's going on with this car, what the plans are with the car, why I even got it, which should be the first thing to talk about. You work very hard, you have certain goals. One of my goals was to obtain a MK4 at some point in my life, and I was, you know, fortunate enough to be able to do that at the age 28. A lot of people do it a lot earlier, and a lot of people never do it in their lives, so, you know, I was fortunate enough to do it. Of course, you know, buying a MK4 Supra, if you're not making over 1,000 horsepower, you're not cool. This is a 1996 MK4 Supra, of course, imported from Japan, hence why it's right-hand drive. It's actually really cool to drive it. It's not difficult at all. You get used to it. I got used to it pretty quickly. I think it's because I'm a left-handed person anyway. I still can't bang gears as good as I can with my right hand. You know what I mean? Left hand, right hand. It does get kind of awkward whenever you're trying to go in a straight line and people are honking, because you kind of tend to, you know, slightly go to the left side automatically, just because you're, you know, kind of used to being in the left seat. So it's kind of hard to, you know, adjust to that. I just got it ceramic coated and there's bird shit everywhere. So some bird was having a real fucking Taco Bell party on my car. If you guys look over there, behind the oil drain pan, those are all boxes from PHR. So I pretty much told my buddy Lance at PHR that, hey buddy, let me get the full catalog. Just send me a bill and I'll take care of it. And kind of told them what else I had going on. For instance, we got a Grandis turbo kit, which we're going to be running with a 6870 HPT turbo with a 1.07 V-band. It's a T3, like precision style T3 V-band. Grandis was able to make a V-band kit that does clear the right-hand drive cars, no problem. You know, we're going to have a 60 mil gate. It's going to be a single gate setup. It's going to be awesome. It's going to spool very fast. Not that you need that on a car like this, because you just spin. In fact, I was kind of street tuning yesterday. I converted the car to E, by the way, Chris. Yesterday I just came to the shop, I was bored.
Of course
I just drained it and converted it to E. Right now it's on 1050X injectors. As a matter of fact, let's just jump under the hood and start taking a look at it.
It's an RB26?
RB23. So as you guys can see, it's not exactly stock, but it also does not have like a crazy hypertune intake manifold, which I really wanted, considering the fact that I literally upgraded everything. I mean, I literally have billet PHR valve covers. I have a induction performance smart coils. Like, I literally went, you know, balls deep with all that stuff. You know, yet I have a stock intake manifold. We have ID1050Xs. We have a Mishimoto radiator over here. This Mishimoto radiator is actually going to get replaced. We did get the Powerhouse Racing radiator, which already has their dash 20 fitting welded on, and we did get the lower and upper water pipes. One of them looks like a dick. It's kind of funny. I'll show you guys. Actually, it legit looks like a dick.
I want to see a dick.
Yeah, I know you want to see a dick. Talk about cars, man. Talk about S366 board. This thing is a fucking tractor turbo, as most of you guys know. I mean, it's diesel turbo, so it sucks. That's why it's like $500-600 online. We got a log style manifold that does kind of help with spool. However, you know, we're of course going to the tubular. You know, we're not gonna stay with the log style. As far as cams go, obviously everything is stock. Let me also go back to the car and kind of explain to you guys how this car came and how it sits now. This car was imported from Japan here with an auto GE engine. So it was not the GTE, so it didn't have the stronger internals. It did have the V161, which is like a V160 with more fins basically, so it's a superior transmission. I say superior, but take that with a grain of salt. The transmission started leaking oil everywhere today. I don't know what the hell's going on. One of the seals has gone bad. So, you know, this just means we have to take it apart faster. So, you know, earlier rather.
You got to upgrade everything.
Well, I already got everything to upgrade, so that's the nice part. Yeah, this is just a few of the boxes. Anyway, so he did very subtle stuff. The car is already on Haltech 2500. That's fantastic, because again, I know a guy that tunes these ECUs pretty well. Like I said, the turbocharger that we got is gonna look a lot smaller, but it's actually not. It's actually bigger than this. Not by much, but it is bigger, and it spools quicker. So we got the HPT. It's actually right here. It's do a direct comparison. We got the HPT 6870. So it looks smaller, but it's actually not. So, you know, it's just however the compressor cover is designed. The actual wheel is bigger. Of course, with everything else being stock, you know, we want to make sure this thing can handle as much power as possible. So what we did is we got every replacement component, timing components, water pump, PHR modified oil pump, so I don't have to worry about, you know, anything. Brian Crower 276s, so stage 3 cams, which everybody recommends over like 800 horsepower up to, you know, 1500 plus. This is going to be a stock motor deal, so we're going to try to do as much as we can without touching the bottom end. So that would be head studs. I already got 625s here for it. We're not going to remove the cylinder head, so we don't need a head gasket for it. I did get a radium hanger, which you can do up to 3 pumps, but we're going to do for now 2 for now. We're going to do 2 450s. You know, the current draw is not too crazy on even high pressure 450s. We are going to use the factory wiring for the primary. From my experience with the Evo stuff, it works great as long as you're not running a 525 with the factory wiring. And then the secondary is going to be controlled via the Haltech with the relay kit with Tefcell wires, so we're not going to have to worry about any of that stuff. I might even rewire the primary, but I don't think I would really need to. So unless you Supra guys want to chime in and tell me I'm wrong, which hey, I'm open to advice on this platform. I'm going to be learning a lot. You know, that was the whole point of, you know, getting into this platform, because I also want to offer services for this platform. So if anybody's got a JZ, I mean, I already know how to work on them, but you know, a car is a car. As long as you're good at wrenching, you know, you can figure it out. This looks extremely simple. I mean, this looks like I can drop it in about an hour. We did get a radium fuel line kit, so essentially just a plumbing kit. So we're gonna have enough fuel for, depending on the base pressure, you know, mid 800s, and that's kind of my goal. My goal is to kind of, you know, maybe push it past 900. I know it's the stock bottom, and I know the mains are eventually gonna give up on me, but you know, it's my car. You know, if I blow it up, I'm just gonna pull it and, you know, actually build a motor better than before. So I'm not really worried about that. It's gonna be a fun project. We're all gonna, you know, be doing this together essentially, and I feel like this will be really good content for you guys. I got a V160 seal kit from Jack's Transmissions, because one of those seals is of course leaking. And the crazy thing with the V160 is that it actually uses ATF, so it uses automatic transmission fluid. How does that make sense, Chris? It doesn't, right? But
I have
we're not
no
gonna
idea.
question the Toyota engineers. I feel like they threw all these guys in a room, just gave them a shit ton of crack and said, just design a car. I wish they did that with the Mark V, but my girl has a Mark V now, so if I say something, she's gonna get offended. It's a BMW. Yeah. I've had one, so I can say whatever I want. You know what I mean? It's a really good platform. I had one. I loved it. I enjoyed it. It was just a tiny car for a big man. You're a big man too, bro.
Low-key, yeah.
So anyway, moving away from the fuel system side of things, this thing has a CX Racing intercooler piping kit and an intercooler, and check this out, has an old school HKS SSQV blow-off valve.
This thing is beautiful. Ronnie will not stop talking about the engine. I have no idea what's going on in there. Look at the outside, dude. It's got like a Nardo gray paint on it. He's got these wheels on for right now, but you guys already know the welds are coming soon. Right-hand drive, one of the cleanest Supra interiors I have ever seen. Looks like it just came off the showroom floor yesterday, honestly. And it's got the good old Supra wing. I would personally, you know, toss on a TRD wing here. I might, you know, convince him soon. Don't tell him anything. Look at this man, master Subaru technician. Make sure you guys hit him up if you have any sort of Subaru. Forester, STI, WRX, Blah by Hawkeye. I was just letting the audience know you're a master Subaru technician now. You should have just bought an STI.
I should have upgraded, huh?
Yeah, major upgrade.
From the Evo, especially. Actually, some of the subscribers are Subaru boys.
That's unfortunate.
That is unfortunate. It's alright, we love it.
Let's see some more stuff.
Let's look at this again first. Okay. So, there's obviously 2 sides, and then the plate goes on here. I have R35 coils on there. However, like I said, we did get the smart coils, so we have the Powerhouse Racing / induction performance harness. Basically, you just have to input it into the Haltech, and it's really nice because you know, those coils are pretty insane. It's almost like a CDI. It's like they're like tiny CDI boxes.
So it's gonna say it in the title, but how deep are you into this car already? It's been like 2 weeks.
It's really not an exaggeration with that 40K number. Maybe give or take a couple thousand. But
40K.
probably 40K, man, because PHR parts are probably 18, 19 grand. Turbo kit with the turbo, about 7. So these are the S71s, and going from non-beadlock to beadlock is literally double the price. So I'm not gonna say what I paid for these because obviously I'm a vendor, but
Retail.
is about like 1,800 bucks a pop, I think. Cars are about 300 or 350 a pop. Even though it was NA, it came equipped with TT brakes and rear diff and all that stuff. So I gotta yank that out. I got a strange brake kit. That was about $800. And then a bunch of stuff from Real Street. The RPS triple carbon clutch is close to $4,000 itself. Just that clutch is close to 4K. Another thing that I'm super excited about is this mechanical fan that when it kicks on, it literally draws like 1,500 horsepower from the motor. If you look over here, that's the mid pipe. So that's a 4-inch mid pipe. And I decided to mate that with a 4-inch full titanium Powerhouse Racing exhaust, which is a beautiful unit. The muffler is literally bigger than Chris's head. I say that because he has a pretty big head. And yeah, I really don't know how much power it makes. Maybe we should dyno it. I mean, honestly, maybe we should dyno it.
We should dyno it.
We should literally take the fucking tires off and dyno it today. Not gonna touch anything, just 23 pounds of butane.
You always say that though.
I do always say that. Fuel pressure is dropping. And I have a minimum fuel pressure differential set across the injector, so once it gets below a certain point, it cuts. So this time we revved it to 6. I want to go to about 72 to really see, you know, how the power band carries, and then I'll add some timing in there. So it's actually fun. This was not planned at all. Chris was just gonna come film the parts and stuff, but you know,
Here we are.
here we are. Made 569 and what, 490 torque? I can't remember what it was. I did save it, I think.
Yeah, a little bit higher than this.
The clutch is slipping. I just gave it another 4 degrees of timing up top because it was baby timing. I mean, 25 pounds. However, because I'm doing calculated speed and I'm not doing, you know, a tack speed, basically, tack pickup, if we have a slip or something like that, we're not going to see a RPM spike. So it's not going to show on there, but you can obviously audibly hear it.
Yeah.
Now this clutch was supposed to be good for like, you know, 700 plus foot-pounds of torque, but you know, this is why I always, you know, take it with a grain of salt when I buy a car from someone. That's why we have the RPS triple, you know what I mean? But this thing is insane. I mean, the sound of it, Chris, is just...
The spool up front, and then
Yeah.
you're shooting a fat ass flame every time. I can see it from
So
the
funny.
front. I really think we can make 1,000 today.
So 569 and like 460, 470 torque. I can't remember.
Sure.
This last pull was just dropping. The clutch started to slip. That was one reason we couldn't go any higher. Second reason was, again, single fuel pump, 1050Xs. 1050Xs are literally on the brink of, I mean, almost 600 horsepower on 1050s is kind of nuts. So you can always bump up the pressure, but the drivability is going to be shit. We already know the clutch's not holding up. I'm not really trusting these stock valve springs either. So of course we have some beehives, as I was mentioning. We got the 276 cams, but we have some beehives from GSC. They're about 90 to 95 pounds of seat pressure, so it'll be more than enough for what we're trying to do. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Next time you guys see it, it's gonna have the welds on, but all the other stuff we're gonna do together. So it's gonna be a badass project. I'm super excited for it. With that being said, even though it's Monday, you guys are all alcoholics, go grab yourself a beer.
Shouldn't they grab the beer before the video starts? Not after the video?